My goals for 2022. I have this like last year I did these kind of generic style goals where I was more of like a compass and I was just kind of wandering out into the wilderness and trying to just gauge exactly where I wanted to go. This year I'm going to kind of set more clear expectations for myself, trying to get like some tangible things that I can keep track of throughout the year. I think that'll help me reach those and obtain those a lot faster. For each one, I have a goal that I want to hit, and then I have like a way that I'm going to track that. So for starters, goal number one is going to be my health. My health is still extremely important to me and a priority. For 2020, for the most of it, I kind of just sat on the couch and consumed content and got ballooned up, got really big. Like I'm still paying for that. You have to work so much harder to get back to a level set once you've taken that much time off, and I just never plan to do that again. That was a mistake, let's call it. For my weight, I'd like to get it down maybe 30 more pounds or so, but I'm not actually concerned about the number. It's like I would just want to maintain a consistent, healthy lifestyle, and then I think those numbers, the body fat percentage, the weight, like all of those things will just come along with like me just maintaining my actions or my healthy lifestyle. So the metrics, how I'm going to achieve that is I want to go to 3 to 4 classes a week. And that's a combination of what I'm doing right now, which is, 2 to 3 classes a week on CrossFit. And I do 2 classes a week on Ollie lifting. And then one thing I do have to add in is my mobility and yoga. And I feel like I stretch all the time, but it's just never enough. So I gotta keep going with that. Weird shift from going to trying to be the strongest, trying to lift the heaviest, trying to like do all of the things, to just shifting it over into a priority of like move a barbell or pick up some weight or move my body X number of times a week. Of course, abs are made in the kitchen. That's what everybody says. So, and I just feel better when I eat healthier. So another part of the metric is going to be eating at 90% of my meals in a healthy manner. So that equates to 2 cheat meals a week, which is more than generous. I don't need 2. It'd probably be better if I just said 1, but I know like sometimes in the midweek I just have a craving for something. And so instead of like fighting that and trying to hit the 1 cheat meal per week, I'm just going to let myself have some breathing room. And that way, hopefully I'll be able to maintain that goal a little bit longer. So my financial goals for 2022 is really just maintain. So I set a lot of things up in 2020 and 2021 that were, big life altering things. And I just need to maintain that mindset and remind myself of, putting away money now so that I can have a future when I'm retiring age. I don't know if I'm ever going to retire, but if I get to that age and don't want to work again, I have that option. So it's really just my financial goals this year are going to be kind of boring. It's just maintain my mortgage and overpaying that, maintaining my investment accounts, and which is just index funds, and just kind of keep chucking money away at places and just try not to look at the accounts very often. That's my financial goals. For the channel itself and for what I'm doing here, I am planning to do more content, but more targeted kind of style. And I almost want to use this space as I know principal architects, what they do typically is they'll go talk to big conferences and big organizations or big user groups or something like that. I kind of want to take that approach on this channel where the topics I would be bringing to a conference and speaking in front of a couple hundred or a couple thousand people, I'd like to like bring those topics into this channel and then just have them for all of time that I can just reference. So that's kind of the general concept of that. I would like to get more into like the projects that I'm working on, the technologies that I'm working on. I have to figure that out and how I'm going to do that and also maintain my job. so maybe speaking vaguely about a topic or maybe like a technology as opposed to like a actual specific thing that I'm doing with it. I'll have to flesh all that out. And then I also like to promote like engineering as a whole. I've just taken a step back recently. I feel like I do this every year where I just take a step back and I really like appreciate and I have a lot of gratitude for where I am in life. I'm not rich I'm not like, how do I say this? I think there's very little programs, there's very little things you could do in this world where You could go take a couple certifications. You could go like learn. You could just self study coding or engineering topics, and almost 100x your income in a very short period of time. So what I'd like to do is just kind of shine a spotlight. I know there's already people doing this, shining the spotlights on it, but I don't have a course to sell. I'm just an engineer in the field. I think that's where I differentiate. I don't plan on like selling a certification curriculum or a course or any of that. I just get burnt out and bored on those certain topics. I can just provide value from being in the industry for over a decade and just seeing like what's happened through the field and what like trends I'm seeing and what personally I have to do to like maintain and keep up with all of this. You're an engineer riding a surfboard, and there's just a tsunami of like new technologies and younger engineers right behind you, and you can keep riding that wave of technology for as long as possible, as long as you want, and then at some point you're going to get tired and you're going to veer off and you're going to become a manager, or you're going to get out of tech, or you're going to do whatever. But for as long as you possibly can ride that wave and want to ride that wave, it's beneficial for you. So I kind of want to showcase that a little bit more. And then finally for 2022, I need to get outside. I need to go on some trips. I started going on these like hiking adventures and trips kind of in the last quarter, I guess you could say, of 2021, and that just showcased to me like how much I missed it, how much I needed it. So I immediately went down and bought a Texas State like park. Well, I didn't go down. I went online and I bought a Texas park pass, so I could just go to different parks within the state. And I just want to start doing more trips out in nature. So that's a big part of my life. It was a big part of like how I grew up, and that's like still the piece, at least for me, that I'm missing. So for 2022, I want to put a number on that. So metric for getting outside is going to be, one trip a quarter. Nothing crazy, but like one trip where I go and I do something out into the world per quarter, I think would help. So what are your goals? Do you have any goals that you're trying to hit or trying to meet this year? How are you tracking those goals? Throw them down in the comments and we can jump on the trend of yearly goals for a video. And that'll do it. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I hope everybody has a safe and happy new year, and I will see you in the next one.